Sweden, wearing the Bronx number 6, Frida Farstad Eriksson. She's a 5'6" freshman midfielder out of El Paso, Texas, wearing the Bronx number 14, Zinnia Henning. She's a 5'7" freshman midfielder out of El Paso, Texas, wearing the Bronx number 5, Emily Ortiz. University of Texas Frederick Bronzer, coached by Lab Murillo. She's assisted by Lindsay Lara, Sylvia Tussman, and athletic trainer is Thomas Corbin. Your University of Texas American Bronx. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, as you please rise, remove your caps for our national anthem. This afternoon's match, our head referee, Scott Williford, assistant referees are Chris Gordon and Lane Burris, official Arturo Ibarra. The University of Texas our grounds for removal from the site of competition. The Western Athletic Conference will not tolerate any chants or cheers that contain profanity. Thank you for your cooperation and support of the Bronx with great success.
All right, well, welcome out to the UTPA Soccer and Track and Field Complex. My name is Jonah Goldberg, and we just got underway as the UTPA Broncs are taking on the Kansas City Kangaroos. Got you here just in time for opening kickoff. You'd never know it by the way the field looks, but it actually poured earlier today. Started, I don't know, right around 12. And it came down for about half an hour. And right now it is sunny and perfect, as it normally is down here. Pass goes A-wire, and Aubrey Coley out of the net to pick it up for UTPA. Broncs wearing their home whites. Kangaroos are in blue. Kangaroos moving right to left. The Broncs moving left to right. So when the rain came, we had to break down all of our equipment in a speedy manner. And then once it stopped, we got back to setting up everything again. And luckily able to pull it all together just in time for opening kickoff. So we're glad you're joining us today on what has turned into a beautiful Sunday afternoon in the Rio Grande Valley.
Iris down somewhat? Yeah, Iris down. Both of you guys, it's too bright. Camera 3, you're much better. You're good. No, it's still too bright. Are your filters on? The 1 through 3 on the left side of the camera? It's on?
So far the play has been completely on the left side of the field, which is the Kangaroos' attacking side. Get you to those starting lineups in a second.
Alright, Tom, hit record. You know where the record button is, right?
Kansas City starting Nina Tsianos in goal, along with Emily Herndon, Erica Tesson, Taylor Andrzejewski, Sophie Rackham, Sarah Todd, Hannah Chaddick and Ellie Chaddick, Kara Priest, Kaylee Tott, and Olivia Hodison. Pass moves over to the left corner. That's Andrzejewski. Shot, save made by Coley to the ground. 3 minutes in, first shot of the match. Head coach of Kansas City in his 4th season, Chris Sissel, assisted by Brittany Goosen, Jeff Cole, and Sarah Franklin. Ortiz coming on for the Broncs, tries to send a pass ahead, it gets headed away. July coming in contact with the foot of Sarah Todd going up in the air, so freebie coming up for UTPA off the foul. Broncs starting Allison Smith and Jessica Suarez in the front, Emily Ortiz, Amy Injulai, Hannah Spetz, Zinnia Hanig, and Sheridan Mechanic in the middle. Frida Farstad Erickson, Marcella Ramirez, and Hannah Presley on the back line, and Aubrey Coley in net. Head coach of the Broncs in his first season of the program, Glad Bagario, assisted by Lindsay Vera and Sylvia Telespan. Broncs 8-2-4, 2-1-1 in WAC play. Kangaroos 7-3-2, 3-0-0 in WAC play. Those 3 wins already include a season sweep of New Mexico State, and the Kangaroos beat the Broncs in Kansas City a week ago today. Kansas City now on the attack, far side. Farstad Erickson tries to break it up. Ball goes rolling towards the line. Now a long shot on, goes wide of the net. Goal kick coming up for Coley. Kangaroos started with a 4-2 win over New Mexico State in WAC play, beat the Broncs 6-0. But on this road trip, 2-1 win at New Mexico State.
Put your camera in the middle real quick.
Come from behind when New Mexico State scored about 4 minutes in.
Alright, now.
And the Roos got one later in the half and one in the second half to win it.
Get even with that fence in the back. Yeah, a little left.
Conditions certainly different here than they were in Kansas City. Obviously the weather. As it's,
Right there.
I'm going to guess, a little bit hotter here. And it's certainly going to be a humid day with all the rain we just got. Right now it's 83 degrees, but it feels like 90 with the heat index. What's really, there are clouds everywhere, but it's completely sunny. Wind blowing just 10 miles an hour, so a little less than half of what it was on Friday against Chicago State. The other big difference is here it's turf, or rather here it's grass. In Kansas City it's turf, which is certainly a significant difference. Ball plays faster on turf than it does on grass, and then of course with the rain earlier that could slow down the ball even further. So the conditions sure to be different today than they were in Kansas City. And over the next 86.5 minutes, or I should say 83.5 minutes, see what kind of difference that makes. This ball gets kicked out. Mechanic sends it back in the midfield, Ramirez. Ramirez steps up, sends the ball flying towards the offensive zone. Allison Smith, coming off of a gigantic game, settles it down, sends it back to Mechanic. Mechanic now lobs it up, looking for Smith in the corner. Gets knocked away by a Kansas City defender. And it heads out. Looks like it was off of Smith, so throw-in coming from Kansas City deep in their own territory. Smith assisted on the first goal at this complex until I scored it. Smith then scored a goal. Then she assisted on Zinnia Hanig's first career goal. 4-point day for Smith. Give you an idea, Smith entered the match with 3 points, 1 goal and 1 assist. A free kick coming up for Kansas City. It's just beyond midfield, headed by Mechanic. It gets fouled, and it's Bronx ball. Farstad Erickson sets it down and sends it up to Spetz, who kicks it back, looking for Ortiz. Now over to Ramirez. Sends it all the way back to the goal, and Coley. Coley to Farstad Erickson. Heavy pressure coming as Ellie Chaddock followed the whole way. Comes to the sideline. Another foul, physical play early. Hannah Presley, the recipient there. So Bronx started up quickly. Sheridan Mechanic, who headed that ball earlier, is down on one knee on the field. The refs are going to go take a look. And they'll stop the clock with 36:10 remaining in the first half. Mechanic really took that header hard. It's one of the scariest things you can do, and it's such a regular part of the game, but those head injuries. Mechanic being helped off the field. Arm around each of her sides from Jim Lancaster and Tom Gorman. Renee Bruns gets ready to check in.
Now entering for the Bronx, number 16, Renee Bruns. For number 21, Sheridan Mechanic.
Well, we can only hope that Mechanic will be okay. Smith coming in towards the net. She's got a head of steam despite a few defenders in front of her. Gets broken up. Ball hit towards the sideline. Picked up by Erica Tesson. Or Tesson, I should say. That heads out. Bronx will throw it in with Ortiz. Suarez finds Hanig. Hanig to the right for Intulai, who catches up with it. Intulai working one-on-one. Sends it in towards the box, but goes over and across the goal line. Bronx are able to keep it in with Suarez. Now ball heads out and Bronx will throw it in again. Suarez gets it towards the box. Now Intellect trying to pick it up right in there. Kansas City, though, takes over. Chaddick racing up the field, beating two defenders as she angles away from the goal. Now takes a long shot on, and Coley gets herself in front of it, plays it on a hop. Intulai heads it, heading towards the sideline and out. Kansas City will throw it in. Andrew Jeske over for Todd. Todd works her way past Spetz. Farstad Erickson tries to kick it out. Kansas City keeps it in. Good opportunity developing, but a nice sliding stop by Ramirez, who breaks it up and sends it towards the midfield, where it's knocked down by Rackham of Kansas City. Pass comes over to the left, a little too long off the foot of Ellie Chaddick, and out, so Bronx will take it back over. 11.5 minutes gone by. No score between the Bronx and the Kangaroos. Spetz. Bruns now for Intulai. Turns around looking for Hanning in the middle field. Hanning works her way through the midfielders. Turns and heads forward. Now ahead for Smith. Ball gets kicked out, I think, off of Todd. Well, they'll say it was off of Smith. So Todd will throw it in. Ball comes over to Hanning on the far side. Now for Suarez. Suarez, long shot on, goes wide of the net. So first shot of the day for the Bronx. Another foul. It's going to be Bronx ball again. Intulai sends it ahead looking for Smith. Gets headed by Kansas City. Now another battle to try and settle it down. Smith from the ground was trying to take over, but now the ball comes back and Presley has it. Presley gets contact from behind and another foul. Kansas City already with 5 fouls today. Bronx have 2. Runs, finds Smith, sends it towards the box, headed by Suarez, and it trickles out towards Gianos, who picks it up. Or Gianos, I should say. Farstad Eriksson sends it up. Little dribble in the middle. Here comes Kansas City with Herndon. Hanig sends it back for Ramirez. To the right finds Presley. Over for Farstad Eriksson. Left side Ortiz has the ball knocked away, but Farstad Eriksson there to back it up. Kick it back towards the middle. Ortiz, and they'll call a foul on UTPA as it's like Herndon goes down. The Bronx are going to have to set up a wall. Good opportunity coming up for Kansas City. With 15.5 minutes gone by. It'll be Sarah Todd to take the shot. Over the wall, over the goal, and into that back netting. Substitutions coming up for Kansas City as Alyssa Elver and Maureen Bigsby are in, replacing Olivia Hodison and Sophie Rackham. So Coley kicks it out. The ball goes trickling towards the corner. Now a pass comes in towards the middle, and Coley steps in front of it to grab it. She rolls it out for Presley. Sends into the middle for Spatz. And back to Ortiz. Or Ramirez. Presley. Into the middle for Bruns. Back for Far. Long pass. Kept in by Kansas City along the line. Now it trickles out, and Bronx get to throw it. Well, they're stopping the clock.
Got it.
Ellie Chaddock has to take a seat. Nikki Lynch comes in, and Chaddock is going to get attention from the Kansas City training staff.
What's the time? 17:20. All right. Whenever they're ready. It's a foul on us.
With the kick.
They were setting up for a free kick briefly, but that was an error. So they fixed that. Yeah. Should be a Bronx throw-in. It went out off of Kansas City. Yep, it is. Or it's not, but they drop it, they go. 17.5 minutes gone by, no score between the Bronx and the Kangaroos. Second ever match at the UTPA Soccer and Track and Field Complex. Bronx opened up the new complex with a 3-0 win over Chicago State on Friday. Attempted shot or pass blocked. Kansas City trying to run it in towards the corner. Bronx defense doing a nice job of trying to break it up. Ball still bouncing around towards the corner. Now a pass into the middle. And Farstad Eriksson breaks up the cross. And the ball goes flying out of bounds. Bronx sends it out towards the middle. Todd there. A ball heading in towards the box, but Aubrey Coley comes out to play it. Coley's been active today. Punts the ball up in the air into the wind. What's interesting is, so the wind blows north and Coley's on the north side. Last game, that was a definite issue for both teams. Whichever team is on the side the Bronx are on right now, goalie had trouble with kicks. They would go in different directions. They just wouldn't go as far. And then if you were on the south side Kansas City's currently on, ball. Now the wind was definitely stronger on Friday than it is today, but it's still having a definite effect. What I find interesting is that on Friday, the Bronx elected to start on the south side, whereas today they start on the north side. Perhaps after seeing the effect of the wind after their first match in the complex, they decide they want that with them in the second half rather than the first. Wouldn't blame them. Into Lai. Into the middle for Ramirez. Back for Farstad Eriksson. Farstad Eriksson getting heavy pressure, so she'll just send it back for Coley. 20 minutes gone by. Pass for Smith bounces over her head and out of bounds. Throwing coming in for Kansas City. Andrew Jeske feeds Herndon. Now it comes over to the right for Tesson. Spets picks it up for UTPA. Comes over to Smith on her right. Smith sends it ahead, but Todd intercepts for Kansas City. Now over the right for Tesson. Smith trying to take it away from Lynch and then kicks it off of Lynch and out, so the Bronx should be able to throw it in. So Presley gets ready to throw it in. Gets headed out. Off Kansas City, Bronx will throw it in again. Presley up a few more feet. Right in front of her own bench. Headed by Andy. Comes back. Spets picks it up for UTPA. Now Presley working against her number nemesis Lynch. Now it's for Farstad Eriksson. Sends it forward, but intercepted by Elver. Ball comes loose towards the corner. Working on it, Priest. And Kansas City goes offsides. And Coley out of the goal to pick it up for UTP. Kansas City again applying the pressure. Bruns breaks it up. Long shot coming on, and Coley out of the goal to grab it before it even hits the ground. Substitutions for both teams and a good timing for UTPA. Andrea Barrera, their leading scorer, comes in. Lily Cobb is in for Kansas City. Jessica Suarez out for UTPA. And for Kansas City, it's Hannah Chaddick. Barrera, 7 goals, 2 assists this season. Assisted on Smith's goal against Chicago State. They're coming to discuss something with both coaches. With 20:32 remaining in the first half. And not entirely sure what the officials said, but neither coach seems very happy. So they get ready for a goal kick from Kansas City. Bouncing ball grabbed by Coley. And Coley sends it out. Presley sends it back for Coley, who will pick it up. Getting a little bit of pressure, so she'll just kick it back out for Presley. Shot coming on, Coley grabs it on a hop. $19:20 to play first half. Kangaroos out shooting the Bronx 4-0. Well, overall the Bronx being outshot 5-1. Send it straight to the net. Coley with the save. They haven't all been difficult saves, but Coley forced to work a little bit. In fact, she's worked harder for some of her non-saves, I'd say. She's come out of the net a few times to prevent shots. Those are the things that don't show up in the box score.
Standby camera is going.
Whitney Lucas coming in for Kansas City,
Kangaroos, number 19, Whitney Lucas.
replacing Kara Priest.
Kara.
There you go. You got the better angle on it. See your face. On one, standby 2.
What time?
18 minutes to go in the opening half, no score. Shot deflected by Farstad Eriksson, and it heads out of bounds. Like it went out beyond the goal line, so corner kick coming up for Kansas City. They're first. And Spets clears the ball out. Comes to the middle, where Todd picks it up. Sends it out all the way towards the corner, where Presley will throw it in.
Not anymore. We're not. We're good.
Andrew Jeske throws it in. Comes to Todd. The ball sent high in the air out towards the middle, where it's played by Tesson. Or Tesson, I should say. Hanig tries to, but offside.
When do you have it at?
16 minutes to go in the first half. Ball coming on straight towards the net, and Coley comes out to try and save it. She can't. Shot off the post and cleared out by Presley. Well, Coley made a diving try out of the goal. She generally converts on those. Couldn't in that case. And now the Bronx trying to take advantage. Coming up the field quickly. Barrera finds Smith. Smith goes over to her left to Hanig. Hanig settles the ball. Now send it back for Spets. Spets ahead for Hanig. So Coley came out. She missed. Kansas City had a wide open net as the pass comes towards Intulai, but it's knocked away off the head of Andrew Jeske. Andrew Jeske sends it back for Todd. Now Kangaroos trying to work it out. But when the shot went off the post, the Bronx got there. I think that was Ramirez who was able to clear out the ball and keep this game scoreless. Bouncing ball coming in, Ramirez. Ortiz heading towards the sideline and out of the reach of Hennig. Ball comes rolling ahead. Opportunity coming up. Andrew Jeske into the middle for Elver. Goes back for Andrew Jeske. Sends it in front where Ramirez kicks it out. Now it's Todd. Todd. Pass to her left. Ball comes to the box where Ramirez forces it out, and that'll bounce out of bounds. Throw in coming up for Kansas City. Kangaroos applying all sorts of pressure now. Intulai. Goes back for Presley. Fires it out towards the middle. In July. Sends it up ahead looking for Barrera, but it's blocked by Tison. Now Todd. Sends it up ahead for Elver. Pass to her right for Maureen Bigsby. Now Tison. Shot. Kansas City coming in close. Cross comes towards the box, bouncing out, loose, but Smith follows Andrzejewski and forces her to kick it out. Bronx doing a nice job of marking their players. Preventing good opportunities. Spets. Kept in by Kansas City. Todd. For Bigsby. Coming in, a sliding stop by Ramirez. She prevents a shot on goal. Corner kick coming up for Kansas City, but you take your chances with that. Would have been a tough angle for Coley to defend on if not for that sliding knockaway. 11.5 minutes to play in the first half. Ball headed towards the box. Coley leaps up, can't get it. Ball comes bouncing around and is kicked out by one of the Bronx. Now ball gets knocked out towards the goal line. It's kept in by Todd. Now shot and a score. Into the back of the net. Send the ball to the net often enough. And eventually it's going to go in. Kaylee Tott with the goal. Her first of the year. And the Bronx now trail 1-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Kangaroos. Number 11, Lauren Zach, enters for number 2, Emily Herndon.
They'll give the assist to Alyssa Elver. First goal of the season for Tott.
Ladies and gentlemen, goal first of the day for number 17, Kaylee Tott. The assist from number 7, Alyssa Elver. Time of the goal, 34 minutes, 1 second in the first half.
For Elver, there's her third assist of the year. Kansas City been applying a lot of pressure ever since they had hit off that post. And they were able to get one in. Another bouncing ball coming towards the net. Coley out. They make a stop with 9 minutes to go. She tries to kick it out, and it just goes straight up into the air and doesn't go anywhere. Farstad Erickson takes a little bit of contact from Ellie Chaddock, who throws her arms up and her palms to the sky. Farstad Erickson gets up. Now she's back. Presley.
Just so I can hear you. I just can't talk. Oh, exactly. And yes, you got the easy.
Well, in the middle, as Kansas City sends it forward. Coming with Elver. Ball comes to the right for Lily Cobb. Lauren Zach replaced Emily Herndon after the goal, by the way, for Kansas City. Ball coming back deep into the Kansas City zone. But the Roos in control. 7.5 minutes to play in the first.
Oh, you're back on.
Ramirez with the sliding stop, but the ball coming back in towards the box. Shot wide of the net. Kaylin Calvert in, Hannah Presley takes a seat. Calvert played the entire game on Friday. It was her first career start. Played pretty well. Presley gets the start today. Now Calvert in with 6:52 to go in the half.
That was for her dad, who was one of the key complainers of the last game, so she'd be happy. The one who just came in, yeah, he wasn't too happy about not being in the video. Maybe he'll be happy with his daughter getting
Farstad Erickson kicks the ball up in the air. And it goes out.
even worse, the poodles. Yeah, the mud dogs. They're going to the bourbon bowl.
Ball gets knocked out of bounds beyond the goal line. Goal kick coming up for Coley. 6 minutes to go in the first.
You're pretty much the same cheerleaders. Yes. The movie. Alright, still on team.
Long attempt and Coley out to gobble it up. 5.5 minutes to go. Coley kicks it out.
Still letting it kind of really bad.
Ball gets knocked away and out. As Coley gets ready to kick it out. Pass in front, diving stop by Coley. Ball gets kicked out as Farstad Erickson makes a diving knockaway. Ball coming back in towards the net, and Coley gobbles it up. As Coley steps up and kicks it up into the air. It's a little short of midfield. Smith. Far side Erickson with the slide. She's done that successfully a number of times today. Ball goes out, throwing coming up for Kansas City, and they already have it in. Cross towards the box from the top. Shot, diving block by Coley.
Huh? Yeah, I did. Yes, that's correct. Right now, I'll write down the details on that. Corner kick as well.
Corner kick coming up for Kansas City on the far side. That's Kaylee Tott getting ready. Tott scored the match's lone goal just a few minutes ago. Comes into the box, headed away, out to the upper left-hand corner. Shot, and they try to redirect it, but it goes over the net and out.
Shot. PC. Who was the shot ball? Not this last one.
I think we're off on that.
Coley sends the ball ahead.
I see you.
Ball towards the corner for Ramirez. Up the sideline, and the ball heads out.
That's shaky camp. Yeah, we're getting that taken care of. Something with the processor.
I have a split shift because I have to try to work things out. So I have to write my script before I leave.
Ortiz with the ball for UTPA. 2.5 minutes to go in the half. Ortiz sends the ball out towards center. Headed on by Tison. Ball kicked in the air, looking for the other side, but Kansas City knocks it down. Now Bruns gets in the way of a shot attempt. Now another attempt, and this time Coley is equal to the task off the right foot of Elver.
Yeah, I know, right?
Coley with 7 saves today.
When isn't like softball required
Hasn't had to make one yet. Another shot and deflected by Coley. And that one will trickle out. And since it's off of Coley, a corner kick coming up for Kansas City.
Somebody pull your mic farther away from your headset.
Coley deflected that ball.
Yeah.
To stop it from going in. Does set up a corner though. Ball comes up, but it's headed by Hennig. And it's knocked out. Heavy contact in the corner.
Put it in the center of the
With exactly 1 minute on the clock.
No, it's not actually.
Kansas City throws it in. Spets
Who shot that last shot?
for Barrera.
Yeah.
Long attempt coming on, gobbled up by Coley. Another one by Tott. Tott's been active these last 15 minutes.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Calvert throws it in for UTPA. 18 seconds to go in the half. Bruns. Now Calvert sends it back for Farstead Erickson, who pops it up in the air towards the offensive zone. 5 seconds left. 4. Calvert will throw it in, and the half comes to a close with the Bronx 1-0. You know, you think back to last week. At this point, the Bronx were already down 3-0.
All right, Bronx fans, at the end of the first half of play, the score is the Kansas City Kangaroos 1, your University of Texas.
Well, the Bronx have certainly played a better match.
At this time, we'd like to welcome onto the field.
Now, there's still been a lot of offensive pressure by Kansas City.
Around the world contest.
Bronx have done a nice job of limiting the damage, and the defensive line has been excellent, getting in the way of shot attempts, a lot of sliding stops. And the Bronx have had to contend with 3 Kansas City corners. Coley's had to make 9 saves. Bronx only have 1 shot that wasn't on goal. That was by Suarez. Bronx have gotten into the offensive zone, but they haven't been able to get past Kansas City's back line quite yet.
Proclaiming the return of soccer.
Recapping the scoring for you, there was just 1 goal. It came at 33-49, Kaylee Tott, her first goal off of Alyssa Helver's 3rd assist. That made the Kansas City lead 1-0, and that is where we stand right now.
All right, Maya, the 5 soccer balls are being
So we'll
set
take a
up.
timeout, and coming up on the halftime report, for this week's episode of Bronx Country, this is Bronx Soccer.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. Change South Texas.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself. Creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Arches Hospital Renaissance. University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
All right, wing goes for the tie. He does it again! No, straight to the hoop. Ties the game. All the way with 2. The desperation heave goes in! Jack Bolt from half court! Bronx win! Get your Bronx basketball season tickets now by calling 665-2221 or logging on to utpabronx.com. This commercial is brought to you by Lax Furniture, an official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Intercollegiate Athletics. UTPA men's basketball and baseball start full team practices. We take you to all the action. Can you imagine being on Survivor at the age of 12? One women's soccer player had a similar experience. And with the new UTPA soccer and track and field complex set to open this week, we take a look at the future of UTPA athletics facilities. This is Bronx Country. Hey everyone, and welcome to Bronx Country. I'm Jonah Goldberg. Well, the countdown has finally begun. The UTPA men's basketball team in 32 days until the first game. During that span, the Bronx will have 30 full team practices. We have full coverage beginning with Tyler Zimmerman.
The road to a possible NCAA invitation began for the basketball Bronx of Texas Pan American. The roster has changed, but the the same. The Bronx were eager to get back in the court in their second year competing in the WAC. Guard Shaquille Boga and forward Shaquille Hines squad and eager to build upon last season. Bogo will give the Broncs some stability in the backcourt and is looking to tighten up defensively.
Oh, it was exciting, the new faces coming together, so it's been a process, but it was fun today. We're trying to get better and play team defense and stop teams from scoring and score to win the game.
Hines averaged 12 points per game while grabbing 6 boards last year and plans to just get better.
Defense, that's what I wanted to get done the most in defense, because last year we kind of got beat a lot on defense, so I want to make sure this year our defense is on point. I think practice went really well. We still got a lot of learning to do, but I think we learned it quick.
For head coach Dan Hipshire, their practice was all about getting back to the basics.
A lot of drill work now, so there's a lot of repetition going on, a lot of teaching going on, so it's a little slower than you might like it. I look for good things from this team. We've got good size, we've got some skill. It's just how it all meshes together and comes together, but we're a little bit young, but hopefully by conference season, I think we can be a pretty good team.
The Broncs will open up the season November 14th, home against Wayland Baptist. For Bronc Country, I am Tyler Zimmerman.
The Broncs practicing with a new assistant coach as Jay Stedman was recently hired to round out the staff. Romeo Villarreal has more.
On September 24th, it was announced that former assistant coach of the Rio Grande Valley Vipers, Jay Stedman, would be taking an assistant coaching position with the men's basketball team.
A coach called me, said that there was an opening here at UTPA, and really excited, really wanted to return to the Valley, and gladly offered the position.
Having spent an extended amount of time in the Valley once before, Coach Stedman was excited about how much the men's basketball program has developed since he was last in the Valley.
I'm very, very impressed. When I was here previously, I thought they were a little undersized and very well coached, but they look like a Division I basketball team. They look like a Division I team that can compete in the WAC conference and, hopefully compete for an NCAA title. So I told the team this morning after workouts, I was very, very impressed. We look like a team. We got a lot of work to do, but I'm very impressed with what Dan and his son and staff has put together in a short amount of time.
Coach Stedman believes his ability to engage the community and his time spent on a championship D-League team will help push the men's basketball program forward.
I think it's very important that we get out. I think the vast majority of four-year college graduates are from UTPA. So I think that's going to be very important for us to get out again and shake hands and invite people back to the UTPA games like we did for the Vipers. Fan-friendly environment. We won. We also won too, and that's a big thing too. We won with the Vipers, and we will win at UTPA. So I think the combination of reaching out to the Valley, getting the people of the Valley interested back in UTPA basketball, winning, I think will be success both on and off the court.
For Bronc Country, this is Romeo Villarreal.
How about UTPA women's basketball? They start full team practices on Friday. That story next week on Bronc Country. The basketball team's not the only one starting full team practices at UTPA, as the baseball team is already back on the diamond for 2 months of full team practices. Romeo Villarreal is on the baseball beat.
Men's baseball kicked off the start of their fall practice schedule, and even though their first game isn't for some time, that hasn't stopped them from putting in hard work.
We've been getting after it, working hard. Everybody's been working hard.
Coach Mantrana uses these fall practices to get new players up to speed about how the UTPA baseball system works.
We've slowly implemented a portion of our practice schedule. We did that on Monday, another portion on Tuesday. Yesterday we did the same. And today we implemented our BP portion. So tomorrow we'll finish up and we'll be ready to go full practice on Monday.
One of the lessons Coach Mantrana hopes to implement in his players is always giving 100% in any endeavor they take.
Going good. From California, I gotta get used to the weather and it being humid out here, but I really like the program. We're heading in the right direction.
The first week of practice is always good. A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of effort, but what we asked them to do is, whether it's the first week or the last week of the season, we expect consistent and productive efforts from all of them once they step on the field. So that's what we're instilling in them, making sure that they come to the field with a mindset of getting better today over the previous day and making sure that their efforts are productive and consistent.
Reporting from the Edinburgh Baseball Stadium for Bronc Country, this is Romeo Villarreal.
Have you ever wondered what it was like to be on a reality show? One Bronc has already had that experience. Next on Bronc Country, we tell you about one women's soccer player's time on the hit Swedish TV reality show, Wild Kids.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
The ball, the right wing, goes for the tie, and he does it again! Nolan straight to the hoop, ties the game! With 3, with 2, the desperation heave goes in! Jack Mulder from half court! Bronx win! Bronx win! Get your Bronx basketball season tickets now by calling 665-2221 or logging on to utpabronx.com. This commercial is brought to you by Lax Furniture, an official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Intercollegiate Athletics. This Friday, UTPA Athletics will open its brand new on-campus soccer and track and field complex when the women's soccer team plays Chicago State at 4 p.m. Opening a new facility is always a big accomplishment for a university, but for UTPA Athletics, it's only the beginning. Vince Erickson has the story.
Jonah, thank you. UTPA's athletic facilities, much like facilities all around campus, continue to just get bigger and better. And that includes renovations to the indoor facilities and outdoor facilities as well, like the brand new soccer and track complex here. And folks, the new facilities boom is not going to end anytime soon.
Most people, a lot of times, they look at two things when they're looking at athletic programs. One is competitive results. And then 2 is the facilities, whether it's fans, whether it's supporters of the program, whether it's potential recruits, whether it's your current student athletes. And so facilities are a key part in everything we do. When I arrived here, the field house, although it had a ton of tradition, it really looked like the bleachers, as an example, looked like they were part of the set of the Hoosiers movie, as an example. And there were some safety and liability issues, both with the bleachers and with the court. And so I think with us and Dr. Nelson supporting the rehab of that facility and tearing out those bleachers and tearing out the floor and putting a new NBA floating floor and brand new bleachers, I think it totally changed the dynamics of the actual game day experience for the fans. I think it's really cool to kind of run out for the athletes to see it for the first time in that Northwestern game, as an example, back 4 years ago. I think a lot of the other things that we've done, we've rehabbed a tennis facility, put a $255,000 Band-Aid on it as far as resurfacing the courts, putting up new fencing, sandblasting, painting. We've done it with all the facilities. We put graphics up. We've renovated all the offices. Everybody has their own office space. Everybody has all new furniture. And it takes a lot of money from both the institution as well as our donor base to be able to do that. But I think we have a much cleaner look now with our facilities. I think everybody's very prideful of our facilities. And then you get a chance to do a new build, like the brand new soccer track and field complex. I think what it does is it elevates the need for what we need to do with the rest of the facilities.
Namely, the Edinburgh Baseball Stadium, which will require renovations from the facade, to the dugouts, to the fences, the video board. All a part of King's ambitious strategic plan of the 3 Fs: finances, facilities, and funding.
I think we have an untapped market to really be able to do some significant growth in our fundraising, but also our corporate support and potential naming rights for the facilities. I think without a shadow of a doubt, I think that you're going to see some major donors step up in the next couple of years for namings of the soccer track and field complex, to do a naming of the baseball stadium, to potentially do a naming of the field house. We envision potentially building a brand new tennis complex south of the soccer track and field complex off of 107. We envision coming up with a brand new hitting bay out at Los Lagos for our golf program. So when we unveil the strategic plan, it will be audacious, and some people will say, well, how are they ever going to fulfill their dreams or their vision? And they said the same thing 5 years ago when we unveiled the last strategic plan. And so we've been right on with every step we've made, and hopefully we continue down that path.
A path that looks stronger every day. I'm Vince Erickson reporting for Bronc Country.
Just 3 weeks left in the Bronc Athletic Fund donor drive. Don't wait, act now. Donate to the Bronc Athletic Fund today. You can become a member of the BAF for just $50 a year. All of the money raised goes directly to student-athlete scholarships. So visit BroncAthleticFund.com today to see how you can make a meaningful impact on the lives of student-athletes.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
The ball on the right wing goes for the tie, and he does it again! Nolan straight to the hoop, ties the game! With 3, with 2, the desperation heave goes in! Jack Mulder from half court! Bronx win! Bronx win! Get your Bronx basketball season tickets now by calling 665-2221 or logging on to utpabronx.com. This commercial is brought to you by Lax Furniture, an official sponsor of the University of Texas Pan American Intercollegiate Athletics. Welcome back out to UTPA Soccer and Track and Field Complex. Jonah Goldberg riding with you, along with my producer-engineer, Romeo Villarreal, and, of course, a three-headed camera crew today, bringing you all the action. Only goal of the match came at 34:01. Kaylee Tott from Alyssa Elver, Tott's first goal of the season. Really kicked off a sustained stretch. Well, they hit the post 4.5 minutes earlier, and that's when it all began. And then it was really all Kansas City the rest of the way. Coley had to make 5 of her 10 first half saves in the final 5 minutes of the half, 8 in the final 20 minutes. Well, we're back underway in the second half. The team switched sides of the field. The Bronx moving right to left. The Kangaroos moving from left to right. So now the Bronx will have the wind at their backs. The Kangaroos will have to play into the wind. Well, immediately, freebie for Kansas City. Ball headed in, knocked back out, and headed out along the sideline. Kangaroos starting Emily Herndon, Erica Tison, Taylor Andrzejewski, Alyssa Elver, Sarah Todd, Kara Priest, Kaylee Tott, Nikki Lynch, Lily Cobb, and Maureen Bigsby, along with Nina Gianos in goal here in the second half. Bronx starting Allison Smith, Emily Ortiz, Frida Farstad Erickson, Jessica Suarez, Amy Intulai, Hannah Spetz, Aubrey Coley in goal, Zinnia Hanig, Marcella Ramirez, Sheridan Mechanic, and Hannah Presley. So the Bronx have their starting lineup back out there. Bronx bringing it down with Intulai. Intulai gets knocked off the ball. And a good opportunity coming up for the Bronx. Intulai down on one knee to tie her shoe. Gives her, Spetz, Suarez, and Hanig a chance to discuss what's going to happen on this kick. Kansas City sets up the wall. Bronx still looking for their first shot on goal. They had one shot in the first half. It went wide. Suarez fakes. Ortiz in motion. Now Intolai comes up. She shoots wide of the net. Good look. Good power behind the ball. Bronx get their second shot. They're still looking for their first on goal. We're 3 minutes into half number 2. It's good to see Buchanan back out there for UTPA. She went out early in the first half after a header. But apparently good to go since she's out there. Suarez gets it off a throw-in. Ramirez sends it forward. Intolai tried to settle it, but hit off her toes and sprinkled ahead to the defensive line of the Kangaroos that hasn't let much get anywhere near the net. You know, it's funny, Kansas City has a really good keeper, Nina Giannos, 071 goals against, 893 on the saves, 4 shutouts in 10 starts, 6-3-2 record, but the way this Kansas City defense plays, it's amazing to think that very many shots even get to her. Spets sends a long ball ahead. Intolai trying to catch up, but Tison gets there first and kicks it out. Still, the Bronx will now get to throw it in their offensive zone. Intolai sends to her left to Hanig. Hanig for Intolai. Intolai winds up a shot, and it's punched over the net by Giannos. So the first save by Giannos today, but it'll set up a corner kick for UTPA. Emily Ortiz heading over to the corner to take the kick. The Bronx stack the box. Bronx have had a couple of good scoring opportunities in the early minutes of this second half. Ortiz arm up, comes forward into the box, and it's headed on goal! Hannah Spets with the all-important equalizer, and we are tied at 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a Bronx goal, scoring her first goal of the night and 4th goal of the season. Number 10, Hannah Spets. The assist to number 5, Emily Ortiz. Time of the goal, 50 minutes, 28 seconds in the contest.
So Hannah Spets picks up goal number 3 on the season. And we are knotted up at 1 apiece. Well, Bronx, a lot of offensive pressure early in this half. 3 good opportunities. The Bronx capitalized on the 3rd one. And now the pressure continues. Suarez trying to break it through. Gives it back for Intolai. Sends it ahead for Smith. Smith with her back to the goal. Turns around. Her pass intercepted by Lynch. Lynch trying to send it ahead. Ramirez back to try and knock it away. Ramirez for Presley. Firestad Erickson.
No, we're 1-1-1. That's right.
Attempt. Coley dives in the box and makes the save.
I think that was a center as well, because I was going a bit wide off the board, shot, in my opinion.
We're 100% one shot on goal.
Kansas City back with Andrew Zeski. Tot. Now Interline knocks it out. Todd will throw it in a second. Interline getting a second to tie her shoe. And a sub coming up for Kansas City. Sophie Rackham getting ready to replace Lily Cobb at the next stoppage. Coming ahead is Herndon for Kansas City. Takes a long shot. Knocked down by Coley, and she keeps it in front of her. A foul. The Bronx will start right back up. Spets sends it ahead and knocked down to the ground. And hard. Zinnia Hannig. And Coach Bigaru unhappy. Card gets pulled. So we have our first yellow card of the match. Looked like it was against Tot. Well, Tot's the goal scorer. She certainly applied a lot of pressure. Now she's got a yellow on her.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card has been given to number 17, Keely Tot of the Kansas City Kangaroos. Yellow card on 17, Tot.
Statute of limitations on a red card is 2 minutes, so he has to avoid the stand by 2.
Bronx getting ready for a free kick. I sent it straight towards the net, and it goes wide. 35.5 minutes to go. Match tied at 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitutions for the
Rackham and Olivia Hoodison are in.
Enters for number 17, Keely Tot.
Replacing Tot and Lily Cobb. Rackham, the lone international player on this Kangaroo squad, hailing from London, England. Spets to her left, ahead to Presley. Ball gets kicked out off of Presley, so Kangaroo throw it. In July. Ball gets kicked back. Spets plays it off her chest. Kangaroos get it up the middle. Ortiz back to play it. Left to Presley. Presley sends the ball ahead. And the ball comes out straight to the broadcast table. 34 minutes to go. Todd bringing it up for Kansas City. This is a long pass ahead, scooped up by Coley. Hanig. Back for Mechanic. Is it up ahead in front of everybody? Smith trailing, trying to stay on sides. That ball is going to go out. So goal kick coming up for Giannos. Ball comes out for Ortiz. Ball midfield. Comes over to the right side. And knocked out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that magic moment that everyone has waited for. Dollar hot dogs at the concession stand. It's dollar hot dog time at the concession stand.
Ramirez. Head for Intulai. Intulai. Back for Presley. Now it's Hanig. Looking for the middle, Ramirez. Ramirez has their shot, pass deflected, back to Hanig. Hanig looking across the field for Spetz. Now it's going to head over to Smith instead. Smith, head for Suarez. Suarez to her right. Suarez working one-on-one against Drakan. Now Suarez just fires it and it goes wide of the net. .31:40 to play. Match tied at 1. The centering attempt, Coley was out of the goal, but nobody was able to get there. Hanig sends it up ahead. Just looking for Intulai, but it's kept it by Kansas City. Now the ball comes bouncing in, and Coley makes a stop. Intulai bringing it up. Her shot will be gobbled up by Giannos. You're short one shot on our side. Should be 2. One shot. Whole mess of substitutions coming in. Full line change for Kansas City. Lauren Zach, Hannah Chaddock, and Whitney Lucas all coming in.
Substitution for the Kangaroos.
Let's see who came out.
Number 19.
Let's see.
Whitney Lucas enters for number
Kara
23.
Priest came out. Nikki Lynch is out.
Hannah Chaddock enters for number 16. Kara Priest.
And
number 11, Lauren Zach enters number 27, Maureen Bigsby.
Maureen Bigsby is out. For the Bronx, Andrea Barrera in. Allison Smith takes a seat. Kangaroos working the pressure. Arstead Erickson up to Barrera. Barrera leads the Bronx with 7 goals. She's third in the WAC. The ball comes cycling back. Kansas City coming in. A sliding takeout by Ramirez. to stop a shot attempt. Suarez.
Well, when she tried making the kick, Marcelo made contact with the ball, so it's a shot 7. Block UTPA.
Barrera in the middle. Ortiz. Ortiz bringing it up. It's headed back, but Spets is there to pick it up. Spets looking for Intolai ahead, but it's out of her reach and goes straight to the net where Giannos picks it up. 28-20 to play. Spets keeps the goal kick in. Farstad Eriksson sends it back to Coley. Coley back up to Farstad Eriksson. Kansas City does not allow the Bronx an opportunity. If they send the ball back to their keeper, Kangaroos will still play it. So the Bronx can't try and set themselves up and take a little breather. They force the Bronx to continue passing. Now from the middle. Dizon sends it in. Mechanic for UTPA. Plays it for Presley. It over to Hanig. Hanig. Ahead looking for Suarez, but knocked away by Todd. Now for Spets. Spets sends it ahead for Barrera. Barrera overran a little. Slows herself down. Now gets it too far ahead. And the ball gets kicked out along the goal line. Should be a corner coming up for UTP. No, they'll say it was off Barrera and they'll set up a goal kick.
Substitution for the Kangaroos, now entry number 17,
Kaylee Tott back in for Kansas City, replacing Sophie Rackham.
Kangaroo substitution.
Todd playing with a yellow card. She picks up one more. Her night will be done.
Indoor soccer is very fast.
Oh, doubleheader. It's a doubleheader.
Ramirez. Let's kick it back for Coley. Pressure coming, so Coley sends it up in the air out towards midfield. Ball bouncing, and that's going to head out. 26 minutes left. Presley and Mechanic run into each other. And there's a clear takeout. Whitney Lucas gets taken out. So foul on the Bronx.
Yellow card given to the Bronx, number 23, Anna Presley.
I'll put a yellow card on Anna Presley.
23, Presley.
So each team with a yellow card now.
Yeah, I got it. I'm ready to roll.
Tot. Getting ready to line up. Waiting for everybody to get into position. Wall at the top of the box. Todd sends it in towards the box. Everybody jumping up to knock it away, and the Bronx comes forward. Suarez over to pick it up. Suarez takes it away from Aru. Now over the right for Mechanic. Fires it up ahead. That's going to just trickle to the box for Giannos, who picks it up with 25 minutes left. She'll immediately throw it out to Todd. Right to Tizon, who kicks it up ahead. Now over for Lucas, and another foul called. Long ball coming on, and it's headed on away from Coley, who came out to play the ball. But again, the Bronx defense stands strong and kicks the ball out. Now it'll set up a corner for Kansas City, but better than the alternative, which was a goal.
While they last. That's Jim Bob going to grab his dollar hot dog at a concession stand while they last.
Bronx defense has really done a nice job today. Matt Coley is grabbed, the corner grabbed by Coley, who gets knocked down, but holds on. However, a Kansas City player is down now, and it looks like another yellow card has been assessed. They pulled a yellow card out. Now Farstad Eriksson will get a free kick from the goal. The foul occurred before the shot. But a very physical match. May have just been a caution where not a card. Kind of looked like a card. It was on Emily Herndon, so it was a card. Second one on Kansas City, third overall today. And another whistle as another player goes down. Now they'll stop the clock with 22 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. And the training staff heads out for UTPA.
Hey, Bronx fans, don't forget to get Bronxed up with UTPA gear. Purchase all kinds of official UTPA apparel and items at UTPABronxGear.com. And if you'd like to purchase one of the green Bronx Soccer Returns t-shirts, head on over to our ticket office. Quantities are limited and they are on sale for only $10. So make sure you stop by and get yours. Attention kids 13 and under, you can become Bucky.
Well, Emily Ortiz is going to have to come out of this game. Caitlin Calvert's going to come in to replace her.
Members of the club, you'll need to contact the incredibly
Ortiz is standing right now, though.
at 665-7468.
She is going to walk off under her own power.
Again, at Sarah Hernandez, 665-7468. Looks like our Bronx player is going to be all right. How about a big round of applause for her, ladies and gentlemen?
So Ortiz comes off with the trainers, and the trainers will take a look and hope Ortiz will be okay.
Number 13, Caitlin Calvert, or number 5, Emily Ortiz. Entering for the Kangaroos, number 25, Lily Cobb, or number 2, Emily Herndon.
You know, we've talked about it over and over, the physicality of this match. As Farstad Eriksson will take the freebie for UTPA. And it's headed out off Kansas City, throwing coming up for UTPA. 22 minutes to go. Kansas City bringing it back up with Elver. Elver pass to her right. And it gets taken away by Farstad Eriksson. Head for Hennig. Hennig to her right. Barrera. Barrera has some open field ahead of her. Now she'll send the pass out to Intulai. Hits off of Intulai and trickles back out towards the middle. Spets is able to pick it up and give it back to Intulai. Now to Spets. Trickles away towards Barrera. Barrera a little too long with it. And Andrew Jeske grabs it away, and we turn around with Kansas City. Across the timeline. Farstad Eriksson with a sliding tackle, knocked the ball away. And now substitution coming up for Kansas City. Nikki Lynch is in.
For number 19,
replacing Whitney Lucas.
23, Lynch for number 19, Lucas.
Tizon. Back for Elver. Looks like Ortiz is okay. She's getting ready to check back in. And the ball gets knocked out near the corner. So Kaylin Calvert coming back out. Emily Ortiz heading back in.
Now entering for your Bronx, number 5, Emily Ortiz. For number 13, Caitlin Calvert.
Ortiz will throw it in for the Bronx deep in their own defensive zone. Ball's headed towards the box. Deflected and out. Substitution coming up as Kara Priest.
Kangaroos, number 16, Kara Priest. For number 11, Lauren Zach.
Is getting ready to replace Lauren Zach. Ahead of this corner kick. Kylie Todd getting ready to start up the corner. And it's knocked away out of the box, back out towards Todd. Barrera trying to pick it up. Kicks it out off of Todd. Out beyond the goal line. Goal kick coming up for Coley. 17:40 to play in the second half. Long ball ahead, and Tizon will play it back to Gianos. Sends it right back into the middle of the field. Intulai. Taken away by Hodison. Now played up the sideline. Back towards the middle with Chaddock. Priest tried to play it, but Ramirez takes it away, and looks like it went out. Kansas City throwing coming. Presley. Stahanig. Now for Smith. Head for Intuli. Intuli having trouble with it. One-on-one with Hodison. Foul on the Bronx. 16 minutes left. Todd. Head for Todd. Turnaround shot blocked. Ball comes out for Todd. Sends it out towards the goal and hits off the top of the crossbar. Bounces back onto the field of play. Now being worked on by Chaddick. Sends it in towards the box, kicked back out by UTPA. And now Presley sends it forward. Gets beyond Kansas City's defenders, but it's going to be picked up by Todd. Suarez there to play them. Todd in the middle. 15 minutes left. Sliding kick by Farstad Eriksson. And another corner kick coming up for Kansas City. Kansas City's 6th corner of the day. Hit off of Intuli's head. And that ball is going to become the property of the Bronx. Maureen Bigsby replacing Olivia Hodison.
Number 27, Maureen Bigsby.
And Emily Herndon replacing Lily Cobb for Kansas City.
Emily Herndon enters for number 25, Lily Cobb.
Ball kicked along the sideline. Farstad Eriksson going to play it. Ball heads out. It'll be a throw-in coming up for UTPA. As Presley heads over to grab it. A Mechanic gets thrown to the ground in what has become a usual thing in this game. Not for one specific player. And Coach Bagariu is furious. So freebie for Mechanic, who had to leave the game earlier after taking a header in the wrong way, but was able to come back in for the second half. Suarez for Barrera. Kansas City trying to get it back into the middle. Pass heading toward the corner, looking for Priest. Priest tries a shot blocked. Now Mechanic sends it out for Spets. Now for Hanig. To the right for Barrera. Bronx send it deep down the sideline. All works towards the middle. Now on the right side, it's Todd. Todd fires it in towards the box. Coley comes out to make the leaping grab. Now with 11 minutes to go, we're still tied at 1. Jessica Suarez out for the first time today. Allison Smith is in. So the Bronx trying a new front combo with Smith and Barrera, connected on a goal yesterday, or rather on Friday. Presley, Hanig, back to Mechanic, or Spets. A little push in the back. Now for Mechanic, over to Farstad Erickson. Sends it up ahead for Todd. Ortiz trying to play it in the corner. Goes out. So 7th corner kick of the day for Kansas City coming up. Kylie Todd will take it. Todd towards the box, headed away by Spets. Goes towards the middle of the field. Intulai getting into a track meet with 2 defenders, but it'll be kicked all the way back to Giannos. Intulai stays on top of it. And it gets kicked forward. Back towards the middle of the field where Spets is there. Barrera too. The Bronx are going to try and keep that in somehow. Ball gets kicked across the timeline. Just kept in by Chaddock. Now Presley has it. It's back for Ramirez. Ramirez head into the right, into the middle with Spets. Spets. Her lead pass goes too far, and Giannos is able to pick it up. 8:40 to go. Giannos, goal kick. Makes it to about the center circle. Pass comes ahead looking for Lynch. Cross towards the goal. It hit off of the post, and then Coley grabs the rebound. It was a cross. It happened to hit the post, and then Coley picked it up off the rebound. And Mechanic gets sent to the ground. And a red card has been issued for Kansas City. Micah White has been thrown out of this game. And the officials the trainers are quickly over. Wow. Well, while the officials work on Mechanic, we will step aside.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Here, we understand.
Renee Bruns is in for UTPA, replacing Sheridan Buchanan. It was Maureen Bigsby. I misspoke earlier. I misread the number on the jersey. Maureen Bigsby with the red card. Meantime, Kara Priest replaces Hannah Chaddock. Yeah, the Bronx will be one player up for the rest of the match. Scramble in the box. Giannos had come out of the goal, but the ball stays alive. It looks like a corner kick coming up for UTPA. Buchanan had to be carried off the field for immediate attention by the training staff. It looks like she's been taken into the training room. We can only hope that she's okay. It was the second time she had been knocked down by a Kansas City player and the third time she had gone down today. Once on the header early. Twice in the second half by Kansas City players, and obviously the last time much worse. 7 minutes to play. Still tied at 1. Kansas City bringing it up and firing it over the net. Bronx have been outshot in this match 26-7, 14-2 on goal. They've been out-cornered 8-3. They've also been out-fouled 11-8. And they've definitely been out-carded, I think 3-1. But the numbers that matter is the score's tied at 1. Kansas City goes offsides. Corner kick for Kansas City on the scoreboard. Should be 8. Here come the Bronx with Barrera. Barrera trying to work her way into the box. Ball knocked away towards the line. Now Hannig. Hannig across the field for Ortiz. Ortiz. Bruns. For Hannig. Takes a long shot on, it goes wide. So Hannig with the long shot. And they are calling a corner kick for the Bronx. Must have grazed off of someone on the way out. I didn't see who. Ortiz to take the corner kick for UTPA. Comes into the box, gets headed away. Kansas City will pick it up with 4 minutes left. Bronx get it back. Spats long shot. Diving save forward by Giannos. Giannos being forced to work in this second half. Presley. Play for Hanig. Here comes Hanig. Hanig. He's knock it over to Intulai. Out of the reach of Spets, so it'll be picked up by Todd. Here comes Kansas City with 3:20 to go. Knocked away by Ortiz. Ortiz for Smith. Just out of her reach. Ball trickles in the middle. Ramirez. Out of Smith. Over Hanig. Now for Indulai trying to get it against Todd. Now it's Presley with a head of steam up on the left side. Presley takes the shot on and go on one hop to Giannos, who makes the save. 2.5 minutes to go.
Do you really feel ranked out? Yeah, we do.
Shot off of Coley, but she picks it up and picks it off the ground in the goal box. Ball heads long towards the corner. And a goal kick coming up for Giannos. Intulai. Elver. Far side, Erickson gets knocked down. And another foul against Kansas City. Ramirez sends it forward, looking for Intulai, but it was out of her range. Now a loose ball heading towards the line and out off Kansas City. Throw-in coming up for the Bronx. 1:05 to go.
Last minute of play, last minute of regulation.
Barrera. Kansas City's going to get an opportunity in this final minute. Right at the top of the box. Bronx defense trying to keep it out. There's a shot. It goes over the net. 35 seconds left. Remember, if nobody scores in the next 30 seconds, we go to up to 2 overtimes, sudden death overtimes, 2 10-minute periods. First team to score wins. Simple as that. So overtime could take as little as 10 seconds. Could take as long as 20 minutes. If nobody scores after 2 10-minute sessions, it ends in a tie. Goal kick heads right out of bounds with 7 seconds left. And the ball's kicked out again. So at the end of regulation, we are tied at 1, heading for overtime. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll start the first overtime. This is Bronx Soccer.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
The ball on the right wing goes for the tie, and he does it again! Nolan straight to the hoop, ties the game! With 3, with 2, the desperation heave goes in! Jack Bogan from half court! Bronx win! Bronx win! Get your Bronx basketball season tickets now by calling 665-2221 or logging on. Welcome back out to the UTPA Soccer and Track and Field Complex. Jonah Goldberg riding with you at the start of the first overtime, tied at 1 between the Bronx and the Kangaroos. Not the Bronx first overtime contest, it is actually their 5th. Each of the first 4 ended in ties. 2 of them 1-1 at Jackson State and at Chicago State. 2 of them scoreless at Texas Southern, at Texas A&M International. This is the Bronx first home overtime match. Bronx with Barrera, Smith, Hennig, Spetz, Intulai, Bruns, Ramirez, Presley, Farstad, Erickson, and Ortiz. So the same, and Coley and goal, the same 11 as they had at the end of the second half. Kansas City. Looks like they keep their players the same as well. Of course, they're playing one down after a red card on Maureen Bigsby after she knocked out Sheridan Mechanic and knocked out of the game, should be the way to phrase it. She was conscious, but had to be carried off the field. Kansas City moving right to left in blue, Bronx left to right in white. So they switch sides of the field. And Ramirez sends the ball up the sideline. The Bronx have been outshot 29-10, including 15-4 on goal. They've been out cornered 8-4. But the numbers that matter are the ones on the scoreboard, 1 and 1. That's why we're in overtime. Kansas City's going to get the first opportunity of overtime on a corner kick. Their 9th of the match. Shot goes wide of the net, off the corner. So goal kick coming up for Aubrey Coley with 8.5 minutes to go in the first overtime. Coley sends the ball high into the middle of the field. Long shot coming on. Coley knocks it down and holds on. Kansas City with the early pressure here in overtime. First goal wins. As the clouds move in overhead. Blocking out the sun for a little bit. Breaking through the defense, Chaddick. Chaddick with a shot goes wide. So 2.5 minutes into overtime and all the shots coming from Kansas City. So 11 players for UTBA, 10 for Kansas City. Bronx getting the ball towards their offensive zone. Picked up by Giannos. Long kick. Comes all the way towards the goal box. Ortiz out to pick it up as the wind is picked up in its intensity and is clearly blowing north, which is currently the side that Aubrey Coley is situated on. She'll make it easier for Giannos on goal kicks and harder for Coley on goal kicks, but that's the give and take. Each spend one half and then, if necessary, one overtime on the side into the wind and the side out of the wind. Shot blocked. Knocked away out towards the sideline where Hanig picks it up. Hanig sends it towards the middle of the field. Met Hanig's father on Friday. Made the trip down from El Paso. Picked the right match to be at. Hanig scored her first career goal. Presley sends it out for Intulai. Intulai gets knocked down. And another foul on Kansas City. It's their 13th. $5:20 to go in the first overtime. Intulai. Ortiz. Hops it up and to the left. Tizon picks it up for Kansas City. Ball comes up the sideline. Ramirez racing towards it. And that ball head out along the goal line. Coley will pick it up and start it up. Barrera. That's Rackham. Foul on UTPA. Kansas City takes over with 4 minutes to go in the first overtime. Long one coming in towards the box, and it goes wide of the net. 3.5 minutes left.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kangaroo substitute.
Nikki Lynch in for Kansas City.
Enters for number 7, Alyssa Elver.
Alyssa Elver takes a seat.
For the Kangaroos.
Coley kicks it out. 3 minutes to go in the first overtime, and Intulai grabs it. Intulai gets marked at midfield. Ball taken away by Herndon. Now Intulai with a sliding takeout to knock the ball away. Just as Herndon tried to throw it in, they're going to make her do it again. Sends it towards the left. Cobb chasing after it. Ortiz marking her. 2.5 minutes to go. Into the box. Played off the chest by Ramirez. And kicked out. Ortiz. Ever Barrera. It's past the Kansas City defender. Barrera kicks it forward. That ball's going to head all the way back towards the goal where Giannos will pick it up. No, she won't even pick it up. She'll just kick it right back out. Minute 58 to go in the first overtime. Barrera gets knocked down. And another foul on Kansas City. They stop the clock with 1:47 to go. And Barrera walking gingerly. Looks like there might be a little bit of a limp. Let's see. No, she's going to stay in. Presley. Fires it ahead. Ball comes up, headed by Ortiz. Minute 30 left in first overtime. Ortiz with the slide to knock the ball out. One minute to go in the
last minute of overtime.
Last minute of the first overtime.
Last minute of the first overtime.
Another throw in for Kansas City, 40 seconds left. Another throw in, headed by Herndon. 24 seconds left. 20. 18. Shot coming on. Coley to her left to pick it up. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Coley kicks it up in the air.
4.
And we are headed
1.
to a second overtime. So 100 minutes not enough.
That wraps up the first overtime.
110 minutes might be necessary to determine a winner.
Soccer team returns here to to the new UTPA Soccer and Track and Field Complex this coming Friday at 4 o'clock when they play host to Utah Valley.
So one more overtime to play.
This coming Thursday at 7 p.m.
They'll put 10 more minutes on the clock and try to determine a winner. Let's take a timeout. Tied at 1. This is Bronx Soccer.
Here, we understand how a team is the result of being part of something larger than yourself, creating a better outcome and a better tomorrow. Doctors Hospital Renaissance is proud to support the University of Texas Pan American Bronx.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Welcome back out to UTPA Soccer and Track and Field Complex. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. 10 more minutes on the clock. Those will be the final 10 as they try and determine a winner here in the second overtime. First person to score wins. Simple as that. Nobody scores, we have a tie. Recapping the numbers for you thus far, the Bronx have been outscored, or outshot rather, 33-10, including 17-4 on goal. They've been outcornered 9-4, outfouled 13-10. But the only numbers that matter are 1 and 1. That's our score right now. Bronx got their goal 5 minutes into the second half on a header by Hannah Spetz off a corner kick from Emily Ortiz. It was about 30 minutes in when Kansas City scored their goal. Kylie Tott from Alyssa Elver. Kylie Tott, I should say. So they switch sides of the field one more time. The Bronx will have their backs to the wind for the rest of the match. Kansas City will be playing into it. Bronx right to left, Kansas City left to right, Bronx in white, Kansas City in blue. Both teams scored goals with the winds to their back. But right now, Kansas City is the team that's bringing it down the field. Ramirez plays it and sends it ahead towards the middle. Todd trying to send it out in front. The ball gets knocked away out of bounds along the sideline. Ball gets sent right back out. Another throw-in coming. Kansas City getting ready for another corner kick. This is their 9th. Ball gets knocked out. 8 minutes to go. Herndon. So then to Todd. Todd looking for the box. Ortiz gets it up in the air. Headed down by Elver. Back up by the Bronx towards center field. Angelai coming back to play it, so it'll be sent all the way back to Giannos. Giannos to her right, finds Todd. Herrera on for some pressure. Remember, Bronx playing a player up. They have been since about 8 minutes left in regulation due to a red card on Maureen Bigsby. Ball in the middle. Farstad Erickson trying to work it out. She gets taken out. The ball comes to Hanig. For Spatz. Her pass gets taken away by Todd. Now ball bouncing towards the box. Ortiz trying to work her way in the middle. That's Ramirez now. Forcing Kansas City back towards the corner. Pass into the middle. Knocked away, and Coley will gobble it up with 6:40 to go. Bronx in the offensive zone now. Hanig. Working her way towards the box. Right at the top. Sends a long shot on. Punched over the goal, and that means a corner kick coming up from UTPA. It'll be their 4th. It was a similar play that led to the Bronx first goal. Amy Intulai had a shot. Giannos punched it over. The Bronx got a corner kick, and then they scored off that corner kick. That was about the 50-minute mark. We're now about the 104-minute mark. Emily Ortiz taking the corner kick for UTPA. She was the one who took the corner on the Bronx first goal. Ball is up towards the box. A little too long. Unable to head it on, and it'll trickle out. Whitney Lucas sprinting in, replacing Hannah Chaddock
Whitney Lucas for number 13.
for Kansas City.
Hannah Chaddock. Lucas Chaddock for the Kangaroos.
Ball sent up. Todd. It's the ball up the field. Little contact. Ramirez and I think Priest. Coley kicks it out. Barrera trying to catch up with it, but Herndon gets out in front and he'll kick it out along the sideline. 4.5 minutes to go. Ball kicked out towards the Bronx bench, and it goes out. Oh, that ball was out. And give Lynch credit. She tried to play it and get away with it, but whistled. So Bronx will throw it in. 4 minutes to go. Hanig working away towards the top of the box. Hanig trying to get past 2 defenders and gets tripped up as the ball goes flying out. Looks like we have a corner kick coming up, and Hannah Presley is going to take it. 3.5 minutes to go. It's a short one. And Kansas City streaks right through the Bronx forwards and midfielders. Ball comes back to the back line where Farstad Erickson kicks it up in the air, and that one is bouncing, and Presley will settle it down for Bruns. Bruns collides with Tot, who goes down. And they call a foul. .255 to go. Herndon. Long shot on. Coley makes another save. Coley career high 17 saves today so far. Or been forced to work hard, and she stood up tall. The Bronx defense has played very well today as well. 2:10 to go in the second overtime. Ball sent forward. Minute 50 to go. Spets. Long ball ahead for Barrera. Barrera able to stay on sides. Barrera in the corner. Barrera sends it in front for Intulai. Intulai shot, and it's knocked down by Giannos. Minute 30 to go. Ramirez finds Spets in the middle. Runs, trying to get past her defender, gives it back to Spets. Spets for Presley. Presley gets grabbed in the back, nothing called. Long pass ahead. 1 minute to go, and there's the winner. Whitney Lucas puts it in with 57 seconds left. Or they're not going to count that. They're waving off the goal. Let's see, the refs are going to discuss. I think it should be offsides. Let's see. Yeah, Whitney Lucas scores the game winner, and maybe the officials, maybe they just went over there. Maybe they're just trying to stay away from everybody due to the controversial nature of that. I mean, there was the foul that wasn't called that knocked out Presley.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, Bronx Soccer will be back on the field Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock when they play host to
Yeah, I think the official's just waiting out there for everybody else to clear the field.
Enjoy a Friday afternoon of Bronx
Well, I guess that's the game then.
Don't forget, Bronx Volleyball takes the court.
So the no-call foul on when Presley got knocked down, and then the could have been offsides, but I mean the foul would have stopped any of that from happening. So the officials just are standing on the other side of the field to stay away. So 109-03. Match comes to a close. On a Whitney Lucas goal. So the Bronx first non-win or first non-tie in an overtime match. Well, the Bronx played so well today. And it must be a tough feeling for UTPA. They got their lone goal around the 50-minute mark. Emily Ortiz set up Hannah Spets on a corner. Goals for Kansas City. Kylie Tott from Alyssa Elver at 29-25, and then at 109-03. It ends on Whitney Lucas on an assist from Nikki Lynch. Final score 2-1, Kangaroos in double overtime. Well, the Bronx are back in action on Friday at 4 p.m. when they host Utah Valley as part of this 4-match homestand. 3:50 pre-match show. I'll have all the action for you right here at utpabronx.com. That'll do it for us from UTPA Soccer and Track and Field Complex. I'd like to thank everybody out there for tuning in. In a presentation of Bronx Soccer. For more information, log on to utpabronx.com. Want to reach us at an email contact info on the website under Inside Athletics. Click on Staff Directory. But for now, For my producer engineer Romeo Villarreal, the entire camera crew, and Jack Falla, wherever you are, this is Jonah Goldberg saying good night, or good day, from the UTPA Soccer and Track and Field Complex. Bronx fall, 2-1.